Hey everybody, can y'all hear me? Hey King Carlos, hey it's Jay, it's Viva One, Bobby, King ABC, just Andrea, Ronnie Q, my boo. Hey cousin. Uh, okay. Hey Leslie, Diamond Blaze, Ray Black, Hazel Diane, Faye, RMY, Mo Better, Miss Queenie, Pork Chop. All right, y'all. We get ready to get this thing started. I'm really excited because I got plenty of letters this week. So let me cut that off and let us get into it. Uh, how's everybody doing? Hey, daughter, newbie, I love you. Hey, let's have a kiki. Royalty, Vasha G, cat in the chats. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jennifer Lucas, and under new management. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, chit chat. Miss Toby, my girl. Meanwhile, all right, y'all. It's been a lot going on these streets lately, but I want to take our minds off of it for a little bit. So let's get into the letters. This is my first letter. It's called Set AA is the name they use, and this is the first letter. It says, to get straight to it, I have been a cloud sub for years now. The people in my real life don't know it. The thing is, one of the most talked about love triangles in this sector is actually a square because one of the YouTubers is my sibling's spouse. My siblings my sibling don't know a thing about YouTube, and the spouse is on here carrying on with two other people, just like they don't have a whole family offline. I don't want my family exposed on YouTube, nor do I want to break up my siblings' marriage, but I can't stand even being around the spouse at this point. I Am I wrong for keeping quiet? Yes, you are. Your sibling doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know anything about YouTube, but you sitting here watching her mate be a whole ass out here. He making your sister look, well, your sibling. I don't know if it's a male or female. He's she. They're making your sibling look like a whole fool. You are dead ass wrong. Would you want that same thing to happen to you? And it's only going to hurt more when they find out that you knew about it. Baby, y'all loyalty. You loyalty to family first, baby. Hey, HTX sweetie, Rennie. That my baby. Hey, it's Jay. Um, did I say Rennie? How you doing, everybody? Welcome everyone coming in. Please hit the like button. Hey, GGGF. Now you know it's a good day. Hey, Reed. Okay, that was the first letter, and I really would like to know. We're gonna have to talk about that one afterwards because that's a whole mess in itself. Okay, let me go to the next letter. What did I just do? Wait a minute. Okay, 1 second, y'all. Ooh, chat. That was a good one. Oh Lord, this is from the subscribers. Okay. Please elaborate on your responses to these letters. Although accurate as F, your answers are very short. We all know you come with a little explanation. Don't be nervous. Just talk to us because we family. Y'all ain't my family, sure. I'm just playing. Um, I'm only going to give as much as I want to a comment. I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to give what I really feel that it needs. But other than that, I'm not going to try to elaborate because then we'll be on stuck on one letter all day long, and that's not what I feel like doing right now. I'm not reading the chat right now, y'all. I want to go to the next letter. Okay, very personal assistant. Dear Ashaya, I'm a business owner, wife, and mother of three children. Wait a minute. Wife and mother of three children. All I have a see. This is not me. All I let me read it how she said, and then figure out what she's trying to say. All I have a live-in personal, and I have a live-in personal assistant who helps with work, errands, and childcare, and occasionally she also helps with my husband. Okay. We've been in a mutual romantic bliss for a few years, and it works for us. But our lady wants a child of her own, which my husband is against, and I am undecided about. Plus, the children we already have are getting older, and I don't know how to explain a second wife already. So I definitely don't know how to explain a half sister or brother. I don't. I don't want I don't want to dissolve the relationship, but I also don't want to confuse my children or hold our lady back from having children of her own. What should I do? First of all, you said you have a personal assistant that helps with your husband. What what was the I mean, I'm not knocking your lifestyle, but y'all have a whole your children are there and you're worried about explaining a half brother or sister. I think, I mean, this is not good for any of y'all. This woman is wasting her good years messing around with y'all. Y'all are really not able, or nor do you want to give her the child that she wants. So why would you hold her back? Why don't you set her free? I mean, you said that you thought that that it's been bliss, it's been marital bliss for all three of y'all, but y'all not aren't willing to even make the real step. Hey, Trip, to take the real step to actually let. Yeah, it is definitely it's a sister wife, not it's but that's her personal assistant, air quotes, and but you don't want the children to know. So if you're not really polyamorous, polygamous, or whatever, then y'all need to let her go. Let her go and let her do what she need to do. Hey, Treasure Cash Peach Cobbler. Everybody coming in, thank you so much. Please hit the like button for me. Okay. Oof. Y'all in these letters, these some good ones this week. Okay. Let's hit another one and see what we got going on. Okay. This is a letter from D. She says, hey, Yaya, maybe you can give me some tips. I'm 58. I have digestive issues since a child. I was homebound for a lot of my life, which caused major depression. I met a man online, and after some time, I moved out west with him because of my because of my issues. He was my only friend. My life was good. One morning, he woke and wasn't himself. During the night, he had a major stroke and wasn't expected to make it through the night. He did, thank God. His family was only interested in his will. That's another story. We both agreed before I moved in with him that we both were not interested in marriage. He once was, me never. I had a heart attack, had to go to a shelter because I didn't want my best friend, even though he didn't really understand, to be there alone. So I stayed, going back and forth. My situation was different. So when I say shelter, it was an extended hotel for a year. My best friend passed in September, so I apologize for rambling. I'm getting stronger, but any tips on finding friends? Not looking for a mate. I don't do clubs. Where would someone in our age group go? Sign trying to live. Or trying to live. You've been through a lot of things. And honestly, I think some support groups might be, hey Roddy, Miss Gerald Pooh Campbell, hey mama, Shady Blues, Shani 48, Tammy Lynn. Um, you sound like a really, really nice woman, and I think a support group for either people with digestive issues, somebody who's been through what you've been through, or heart attacks, even you're grieving your best friend, even a grieving group. I mean, you just need to get out there. There are a lot of little social things for people our age. Like you could do what I wish I knew what your favorite pastime was, because you really haven't said. But I really think you need to, whatever hobby you have or something you would like to pursue, because this, you have nobody else out there. It's time for you to live for you and just go. I mean, you just bloom, see what you want to do, and find different places that actually have groups with your interests. Even if it's like a class that you wanted to take, you may meet someone there. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do, and I really hope that you get out and seek it. Don't sit there and let the depression set in. It's your time. I really hope you find what you're looking for. I really do. Okay, let me go to the next letter. Abigail, this letter's from Abigail Googly. Does it bother you that white identified person whose name is clearly not Nina? Why do y'all feel like y'all need to keep writing me about Nina? I'm gonna read this letter, but honestly, let me read the letter first, and then I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on this. Whose name is clearly not Nina has a big N sitting in the center of Africa as its avatar. What does the N stand for? Seems to me it's calling us the N word and laughing in our face. I know it's going to be over there rubbing its stank spot in Julie because somebody spoke on it, but I had to ask. Oh well, I can't say I never gave it anything for free. Okay, y'all. I do not feel like talking about Nina every week. I don't know what the N stands for. For all I know, it stands for Nina, but I doubt very seriously that it stands for what you said it did. And I find that y'all are so a lot of people, I can respect people that actually come out and go toe to toe with Nina, but all these slick dissing and letters, it seems real it's real childish. It's giving scary. I don't like scary. And I'm not going to keep doing these letters on Nina if you're not willing to come up and talk to Nina about anything. And you can ask her the next question, okay? Hey, Strictly Platinum. Hey, Tony. Hey, Shady Blue. Oh, I can keep saying that, Dwayne. You know I be loving on you. Okay, the next letter is the end of the road. Hello, Face y'all. I have a serious question, so put y'all thinking caps on. You must pick one. If God gave you a choice to know what day and time you would pass away or how you would pass away, what would you choose and why? Would you tell your loved ones or would you keep it to yourself? What is more important, the how or the when? How would you live the rest of your life knowing the day and how you were going? Well, see, you told me to put choose either or, so I wouldn't know. I would know one, but not the other. So let me tell you, I would rather know um when I'm going, and I say that because that would give me whatever time, how big or small it is, to right any wrongs I have and make memories with my family, who are the most important people in my life. I don't. How would it affect my life? Basically, that's it. I would. You make time for things you always said you was gonna put off. So I don't care how I go. If I had a choice, I would rather know when I was going. Um, I wouldn't tell my family because I wouldn't want them to feel sorry for me. I would just spend more time with them, doing fun stuff, making memories, showing them that they're loved, giving them their flowers while they're here. Um, that's about all I have on that one. But I hope somebody come and talk about this one when I drop the link. Um, Okay, this was letter is from Miss Dovisha. Hello, how are you? My son been fighting me and stealing my pain meds. Y'all petty as shit. He and his girlfriend even tied me up to my scooter, and I went out of town to read a few books to clear my mind. Can you please give me some advice, though? Be honest. You don't want no advice. You just came to be messy. Oh, y'all so messy. Y'all some messy MFs. That don't make no daggone sense. Now, why is you messing with her? And why y'all trying to get me cussed out by Dovey? Lord hammers, I ain't fighting with Dovey this year. Me and Dovey good. You better go over there, Dovisha, and ask Dovey about that question here. Y'all ain't get me cussed the hell out. Y'all play too much. Okay. Okay, here's the last letter for the day, y'all. And this one is called Always Go Forward, Never Turn Back. Dear Yaya, while I was in college, I met a handsome soldier who was in flight school. We hooked up, had a whirlwind romance, which lasted through the summer. He got orders to go overseas, and I was transferring schools. This man had a girlfriend, but they broke up before he and I had our encounter. The week of his flight school graduation, old girl decided that she wanted to attend his event, and she came along with his parents. That was my first red flag, as it should have been. At his ceremony, I could feel her glare on me because I was the only sister besides her in the room, so she knew who I was. The relationship turned into a long distance one because he ended up being stationed overseas, and we continued to correspond with each other. One day I called him and he was shocked. Wait a minute, he was shocked. One day I called him and was shocked. That old girl had answered the phone. Wow. I immediately ceased any contact and went about my merry way. Some years later, many years, this man reached out to me via social media. I greeted him cordially and asked how he was. He proceeded to express how sorry he was that what went down, and that the girl who actually ended up being his wife was no longer in the picture. He had since remarried another woman and had actually ended up being, wait a minute, and had a whole family. This man told me he wasn't married to the second wife any longer and proceeded to rekindle his relationship with me. We met up a few times. Things were going quite well until I met him for a birthday excursion out of town. When I got home, I got an inbox from someone claiming to be his sister, and she was asking me a lot of questions. This same sister reached out to a childhood friend of mine, which happened to be a sorority sister of hers, and was asking questions about me as well. I immediately blocked the woman and asked him about it, and he said he wasn't aware of anything but would check into it. He blew it off, which seemed odd to me. Needless to say, the sister came under a dummy account and proceeded to tell me that her brother was indeed still married to the second wife. Imagine how my heart hit the floor. But here's the coup de grace, pronounced coup de grace. Let me tell y'all, I am not illiterate. Don't be trying to tell me how to say words. You know what? You about to get cussed out on this one. Both dummy accounts were created by the wife. She made one using the sister's profile and another one. Somehow she tapped into her husband's phone, found all of our texts and correspondence, not to mention the flights I was on because he flew me out everywhere. I finally had a convo with her and told her she should be dealing with him, not me. I also let him know that I was bowing out of the relationship and that I was made into an unwilling mistress. Wished him well, blocked him from every piece of equipment, apps, and social platforms known to man. Yeah, yeah. Should I have been more careful? And wait a minute. Yeah, yeah. Should I be more careful? And should I be more careful in my research more? when he reconnected with me. Did I handle the situation correctly with the wife? This is a ASE. I'm sorry. This is a case similar to Gail Lewis debacle, except I was not going to be the other woman. Let me answer your questions. Hell yeah, you should have been more. First of all, you saw how he did you the first time. A monkey, tiger don't change his stripes. So my whole thing is, why would you just willy nilly all just go into this relationship with this man that sought you out of nowhere? Then as soon as the sister contacted you, you should have went on and talked to her. The supposed sister. You could have handled that from the beginning and didn't need to go any further. But if you had done your research from the very beginning, I know he has some kind of Facebook or something. He has some social media that you could see that he was still married. Somewhere you didn't want to look. Um, you don't want to be the other woman, but you want to just have a good time. You like being flued out. You liked all the little dates and stuff that he was giving you, but you definitely could have had that same kind of relationship with a single man. And as far as the wife, you told her right. You had no knowledge of her, and she don't need to be dealing with you. She need to be dealing with the man, but you need to be dealing with yourself. Straight again. Child, y'all better be more protective. Y'all better protect these Jews. You better know your worth. Y'all sitting up here letting these little bums come around here and do what they want to do. You didn't want to know, sweetie. So yeah, okay. Y'all, dang, that was only 22 minutes. Lord have mercy. This is long. So I want to see if anybody wanna it's very unsafe. Just lovey. It's very unsafe. Okay, let me give y'all the link. See if anybody want to come up and have a little tete today. So y'all been what's y'all been doing? What's been going on? I have so many questions. Hey Bad Weave. Hey Voodoo Badu. Hey Nikki. Let me see. It was thank you, Movetta. It's just a mess. These some of these letters. Okay, here come my old reliable. Y'all know who it is, because if there's a link to be hit, she will hit it. Let me see. That's not it. Wait a minute. Jada,
I came here to read my letter in person. So please, if you could, don't let anybody else up until I'm done with my letter.
Jada don't have nothing in this damn letter that's gonna start no shit with my channel. Do you understand?
I understand. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
So, dear Shaya, thank you so much for allowing this platform for many people like myself to write to you anonymously, even though everybody know that it's me. Yeah. What I have a problem with is people calling the police on me every day. It seems that you go on mute, go on mute until I finish my letter. It, it seems that people want to call the police on me every day because I give my opinion, because I ask a question, because I'm saying anything that comes across my mind. They want to call the police on me. Yeah. What I would like to know is how can I handle this situation, because I am going through this, and I go through it with my head held high. But I just don't get how people could be so petty, especially when they 50 and 60 years old. And I would like to know, what do you think I should do about this situation? Because I don't want to have to worry about the cops. I don't want to have to look over my shoulder about the cops coming. I don't want to have to try to censor myself because we all have freedom of speech. We all do. But they seem to just be calling the cops left and right. And even when they call the cops left and right, I'm still right here talking to you and writing to you this letter. And I think that you should take my letter seriously because I've been over here supporting your channel. And I believe that with my support in your channel that you should see that I'm very serious and I'm very legit. So yes, if you could please give me the advice to help me not allow these people to call the cops on me because I called them ugly or fat
Bree.
or
Yes.
stinking or broke. If I call them ugly, fat, stinking, or broke, if I say anything about them, so what? If you ugly, you ugly. If you fat, you fat. If you stink, you stink. If you broke, you broke. But either way, y'all, please let me know how I can go about going forward so that people will stop calling the cops on me. Sincerely, anonymous.
Okay, sorry about that, Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Jadon, this last time, I personally don't feel you did anything wrong. But people are going to
Okay.
call the police on you because you're an easy target. And you make yourself an easy target. Because you come out
Mhm.
here and you watch it. I don't
Uh
say you
huh.
should have sense to yourself,
Hey,
but you
Andre.
know these people are very sensitive.
They shouldn't be sensitive though, especially when they done been living for 50 years. You should not be so sensitive, but I understand. What else you got for me, Face?
Basically that's it. You got to keep your nose clean
My
and just.
nose
I
is
mean,
clean,
I don't
Face.
expect. I don't expect you to censor yourself when people, everybody, all of us talk about each other. But some people you just don't engage with. Period. It ain't worth it. You got to consider the source.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you for answering my question, Yaya. Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome.
I couldn't go through this Sunday without you.
Yeah, and Bree,
Huh?
Hmm.
welcome. I want to ask both of y'all, what do y'all think about the letter about the YouTuber that's on here in a
That's what I came
triangle?
to talk about. So a part of me feels like she shouldn't say nothing.
Why?
Because a lot of times, because number one, you don't know the dynamic of people relationships. That's number one. And number two, she could go tell her sibling, and then her sibling to turn around and stop talking to her based upon that.
I would rather my sister stop talking to me than for her to be looking like a fool in these streets. Now, her sister doesn't know. Well, I ain't gonna say sister. We don't know if it's sister or brother, but the sibling doesn't know anything about YouTube.
Right. What
Maybe.
I'm saying is though, so she go tell her sister,
So
uh,
leave her in the dark. I'm not doing that.
and then your sister, and then now they both don't like you. Now you in a predicament still. So either way, it's like okay, you go tell your sister, then your sister turn on you, and then you gonna feel resentment because it's just like, dang, like I really could have just shut my mouth, kept my mouth closed.
But she said the person said the person wrote like a woman. So I'm gonna say she.
Hmm.
She said that she's getting to the point she did. So she's in contact with her sister because she said she doesn't like being around a mate at all.
Hmm. I really
So
would
either they gonna
disagree with
have it out. I mean, if she don't want to talk to her sister, she can always talk to the mate.
that. Yeah, that's true too. That's very true.
I mean, if she doesn't want to hurt her sister, but if she talks to the mate and he still leave, what is that? And the sister doesn't know why. And when he tell her your sister, then what you gonna do? She gonna ask you why you ain't come to her first. So what you think?
I don't know. I
That
think
was
I
a
would.
juicy letter, dog. That thing got
I'm
my
not.
head. Who do
I,
you feel is the biggest triangle on these YouTube streets, though?
the biggest triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the story that keeps on giving is Ness and Miss He. I think that's the. It's either Ness and Miss He or Lady Snoop and Misunderstood.
There's no
Well,
triangle.
Brianna, I agree with you. I believe that it's me, Ness, and Heidi.
Hmm?
Because don't forget, she said triangle. I'm the third. I'm the third up in that. And so it's me, Ness, and Heidi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you miss? You might have missed my live this morning, but
I missed it.
yeah.
No,
Oh,
I know about it, but I guess I'm confused because you and Nash, y'all come out here, y'all air each other out, and then y'all be right back on each other panel like everything's
And
cool.
it's not. They even did that today.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes,
don't
that's
get it.
all the way
I
out. And
want
she
you to
came back and
reread the
said,
letter,
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
I don't, I don't see what it's not for you to get until I get in the clear with all of this legal stuff. I'm gonna keep people who know information in my back pocket. What
But
don't you get?
but my thing is I wouldn't be in your back pocket if every time we fall out or it's a disagreement, you going on live airing out what I done told you.
right.
What? But I ain't doing anything different than what Hebe does. That's what she allows.
But CD is her
Oh.
her person. You her
I'm not
friend.
do. I'm not doing anything more than what Hebe does. That's
Mm.
what she allows. That's what she allows. So I'm just following in. I'm following into suit.
Okay. So whatever letter interests you, Bray.
No, they want you to read the first one again about the YouTube triangle.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to reread it.
1 second.
Not a whole heap of bullshit.
What's the whole heap of bullshit?
Dwayne.
I think that's it. Okay.
And before you start, y'all, people should stop confiding in me. If you're gonna confide in me privately, but then come on here and show your ass, then definitely stop confiding in me. Don't confide in me when you crying tears and shit like that. Don't confide in me whenever you need legal advice because
Okay,
you want
good,
to
good.
try to
Okay,
bust a
okay,
bitch.
okay.
Hold
Um,
on, let me finish.
Girl,
Don't
no,
confide in me.
we trying to
Well, I'm
get finished
trying to
with this
answer the
yet.
person.
You could. They can wait until we finish with this one.
You didn't
Cause
even start it yet.
I'm trying to
How
read
you
it.
gonna try to control her channel?
I'm not controlling her channel. I'm saying she didn't start it yet, so that's why I was talking. Fuck.
Go on mute, y'all.
Okay.
To get straight to it, I have been a cloud sub for years now. The people in my real life don't know about it. The thing is, one of the most talked about love triangles in the sector is actually a square because one of the YouTubers is my sibling's spouse. My sibling doesn't know a thing about YouTube, and the spouse is on here.
Yeah, y'all stop right there.
Hmm.
They said it's a popular love triangle that so everybody would know about this love triangle.
I don't know no little triangles. The
Now
only one I
that's
knew
the
of
thing. Is
was
it B sector love triangle or is it more
they
three love
said in
triangle?
this sector. They did say in the sector, but they didn't say which sector. Which was a way not to let us know who exactly they
Yeah.
told.
All right. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to interrupt, but that yeah. Go ahead.
And wait a minute, I forgot about the spouses on here carrying on with two other people, just like they don't have a whole family offline. I don't want my family exposed on YouTube, nor do I want to break up my siblings' marriage, but I can't stand even being around the spouse at this point. Am I wrong for keeping quiet? I gotta go on mute for a minute.
And while you on mute, this letter, just based on what you read, just off the surface, this was probably Love the Love's sister. Her sister, her sister wrote this. her
um.
sister, her sister wrote this letter because she knows that Love is up here doing all this stuff, and that's her sibling, and she is trying to intervene. That's just my first opinion. That's my thought. Thank you.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Um. Yeah.
Why? Why?
I can't even begin to think of who it is,
The
but
only love triangle that I can actually think of was Snoop, Don
and
Cato.
misunderstood. But Misunderstood ain't going back and forth with no man on here, and Lady Snoop not going back and forth with no man on here. So I don't know.
I'm not sure who this it could possibly be because they said triangle. I don't know. Oh,
It gotta be
it
Mo3.
could be Kiki and Octavius.
But who is the man? But Octavius ain't going back and forth with no woman on here. He only with Octavius. He not. I mean, he only with Kiki. He not with multiple
But the
women.
triangle means it's three people involved.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
they're saying that the person is going back and forth with two women or two men, like whoever it is, they involved with more than one person.
Right.
Octavius is not involved with more than one person, so it can't be him.
I don't know. No. Y'all know any other
They
triangles?
said Lemon, Ness, Heat, and J Dunn.
That's a
Well,
quad.
I've been trying to talk about the triangle that people said that I was in, and y'all told me to be quiet. So let me get back on
You
mute.
They
are
said
not
is a
in no
room
damn
shake.
triangle.
They said Room Shaker, Trigger, and KK.
I don't just see. I only
They
know
said Jay
room
Wilson,
shape.
Mark, and Lyric.
Y'all play too much.
Yeah. Do you not think that that might have been the sister of Lovely Love or the
No,
sister-in-law?
it's not. I don't even think Lovely Love had no sister.
I think
Oh,
it's
yes,
Mo
she
three
does. Yes,
too.
she does. Yes, she does. I forgot her niece came online.
I think it's Mo three.
Yeah, remember her niece came and aired her out on her own
I
channel.
think it's Mo 3 too, though. It would have to be Mo 3.
Five Butter and QB.
Oh, I was going to say something real petty. But
Noble
I
Dream
like this people,
and
so I'm
Mark.
going to shut my mouth. But yeah, Tracy J. Wilson and Mark. You play. Tracy is not interested in no damn Mark.
Big Man, Sassy, and Talent.
Do you know Big Man said it been told me he can get me this long dissertation about how him and Sassy get married?
No, Big Man almost made me fall to the floor when he said he used to be 800 pounds. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm.
for
No.
my honest opinion,
Yeah, I want your honest opinion.
I think Big Man. How long Big Man been telling us that he been working out, going to the gym, changing his eating habit?
About a year.
Okay, he's still at 600 pounds. When I asked him about, I'm sure he's been offered the medicine, the medications to help him lose. Plus, he's diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
I think Big Man's lying through his teeth.
About being 800 pounds? Yeah, absolutely. He's lying through his teeth.
No, I believe he.
Who would lie? Who would lie about being 800 pounds though? Who would do that?
Sympathy and payola. The shock value. Come on now. Y'all don't think that man was no 800 fucking pounds. Like, come on now.
I mean, he could barely fit in the room he in there. I know damn well he couldn't fit in there at 800 pounds.
Well, yeah. I do want to ask you because do you know that it was a video that was posted about you yesterday with your name in the title?
Mm-hmm.
You know a hammerhead shark did that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to
I
make sure
sure
you
did.
knew.
I knew, and guess what? I don't care because I didn't lie. A hit dog will holler. The whole point was, I said she spoke in subliminals, and you were talking about. I said who I thought you were talking about, and you know you was talking about. Don't get scared now. You dropped your nut. Now you want to pull them back up? Nope. That ain't how I do. That ain't what we do around here. Stand in your shit. And my whole thing, if you was really talking about something, you would have put a name on it.
In fact, y'all, yeah, I just want to let you know I met that hammerhead shark in person, child. She looked like a hammerhead shark in person.
I wish I knew who he was talking about.
She knock kneed.
Huh?
She got a weird ass shape where she wear a one piece and her stomach was touching her knees and she
I
was
really don't care
flouncing
nothing about
around.
that lady.
So nobody ain't gonna tell me who he talking about.
Joyce.
Oh, well, it's only one person that I called a hammerhead shark.
Oh,
It
type
was
shit.
Joyce. I don't have no problem telling you who it was. Joyce dropped her nuts and talked about Shelly and all subs and didn't want to get. I'm scared. Don't get scared now.
Mm.
So it is what it is. Anywho, let me see. What y'all talking about? Harley, can you stupid?
And y'all, she is the hammerhead shark because if you even look right there at the bridge of her nose, you know how we have the bridge right there of our noses? She got a bruise on hers. Hammerhead
Mm.
sharks have that up on their nose.
I got that line across my nose too. Don't watch your mouth.
You talking about the black line? You can get that,
Why? Did somebody break your nose?
but you
No
know.
wolf puss. Let me answer wolf puss right quick. First of all, if you just got here, apparently you did because I read 7 letters. So, I mean 9 letters to be exact. And then Jay Dunn did a verbal letter. So I don't really care who wrote the letter. It doesn't make anything have anything to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with that whole thing.
Yeah, and I came here because I didn't even put my letter anonymously. I came here in the flesh to talk about my letter.
Well, maybe she'll call on me too,
Hey,
Jay Dunn,
sweetie.
because I put on my community
Hey,
thing.
dirty. You like the Dovey letter? Dovey, they try to get me cussed out by Dovey. I don't know why y'all keep on trying to. Don't be coming up here trying to get me cussed out. The other letter about Nina, I don't know what it with her. You better shut that door behind you, Mr. Cat. Um,
But Brianna, I did see your post about that. I thought about sharing it, but I said I don't want to build onto my own case. Because I
Mm-hmm.
would have shared it, but I was like, oh
yes,
no, I better
Dovey. I
not.
saw Dovey today. She was actually Dovey is live right now doing the Love
Connection.
Connection. Yeah,
They want you to read the last letter one more time.
one more time, not a problem.
And the only reason why I put that up there is because she said I was a fat stinking bitch. So
Who?
I lovely love. She keep calling me a
Oh, wait
fat.
a minute, y'all. I got another letter. Wait a minute. I don't know where that came. I didn't go. Oh, I had another letter.
Well, is that my letter? Yeah, yeah, because you didn't read it. So
No.
that's why I came up here.
Oh no, 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 no. That's not it.
Oh.
Y'all, this is the continuation of the first letter, the letter that got lovely love. Wait a minute. Okay, it's cool.
Is
All right,
this
let
a
me.
continuation of the letter that caused Lola Love to call the cops on me?
Yeah, but it's not a continuation. It was just the way it was set up. I thought I was
Oh, but
gonna
it's the
say.
same person?
Uh huh.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to listen. Let's go.
No, I'm saying it's not. Always go forward, never turn back. Why in the hell is this thing acting stupid? Wait a minute, y'all. One
So
second.
somebody listening, Lovely Love, somebody is, and they sending a new letter this week.
It's not
They
a
did
new
that.
letter. Stop that. Not a new letter.
They sending a new letter this week.
What is this one? Let me go this way because I'm having a hard time getting to the letter. Okay. Dear Yaya. That was a long one. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on one second because the cat can't open the door this time. Let me open it for him. I'll be right back.
So y'all, this is either a continuation letter or a new letter based on what Fate said now. I don't know. But that's
Yeah,
based on
that's
what she
not
said.
false information.
Now she wanna be talking up in the background.
I said stop giving false information is what I said. I told you it's the same letter. It just came up in a different format when I pushed the wrong button.
Oh, I'm not trying to give false information. I was just trying to talk to the people while you walked away.
Thank you so much, baby. And I'm coming right now. Okay. Dear Yaya, while I was in college, I had met a handsome soldier who was in flight school. Oh, wait a minute. He hooked up, and we had a whirlwind romance, which lasted through the summer. He got orders to go overseas. I was transferring schools. This man had a girlfriend, but they broke up before we had our encounter. Wait a minute, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, yeah, get settled and catch your breath now. That's all. But anyway, so we're gonna hear this new letter, you know.
I had to use my pump right quick. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
You was having an
Um,
asthma attack?
yeah.
Oh good.
This man, yeah, I might. This man had a girlfriend, but they broke up before he and I had our encounter. The week of his flight school graduation, old girl decided that she wanted to attend his event, and she came along with his parents. This was my first red flag. At his ceremony, I could feel her glare on me because I was the only sister besides her in the room, so she knew who I was. The relationship turned into a long distance one because he ended up being stationed overseas, and we continued to correspond with each other. One day I called him and was shocked that old girl had answered the phone. Wow. I immediately ceased any contact and went about my merry way. Some years later, many years, this man reached out to me via social media. I greeted him cordially and asked him how he was. He proceeded to express how sorry he was that what went down, and that the girl who actually ended up being his wife was no longer in the picture. He had since remarried another woman and had a whole family. This man told me he wasn't married to the second wife anymore and proceeded to rekindle his relationship with me. We met up a few times and things were going quite well until I met him for a birthday excursion out of town. When I got home, I got an inbox from someone claiming to be his sister and was asking me a lot of questions. And was he said he wasn't aware of anything. Wait a minute, asked me a lot of questions. I moved. This same sister reached out to a childhood friend of mine, which happened to be a sorority sister of hers, and was asking questions about me as well. I immediately blocked the woman and asked him about it, and he said he wasn't aware of anything but would check into it. He blew it off, which seemed odd to me. Needless to say, the sister came under a dummy account and proceeded to tell me that her brother was indeed still married to the second wife. Imagine how my heart hit the floor. But here's the coup de grace. Both dummy accounts were created by the wife. She made one using her sister's profile and another one. Somehow she tapped into her husband's phone, found all of our texts and correspondence, not to mention the flights I was on because he flew me out everywhere. I finally had a convo with her and told her she should be dealing with him, not me. I also let him know that I was bowing out of the relationship and I was made into an unwilling mistress. Wished him well and blocked him on every piece of equipment at social platforms known to man. Yeah, yeah, I should have been more careful in my research before or research. See, this whole sentence is off. I'm gonna read it how she said. Have been more careful, and since my research, the hell just happened? I just got a new letter, y'all. While I'm sitting here, uh,
I think we get the juncture of the letter.
okay,
So
yeah, because that just kicked me over.
here's what I will say. Yaya, please take your
Hmm.
time because you know you just had to ask me. First of all, you was definitely a willing participant because once you start getting weird messages, you should have went to him with it in the beginning, like, hey,
But she did as soon as she got the message.
Okay, and then you felt like he I didn't hear that part. But then you acting like, oh, like he brushed it off. Well, if he brushed it off, then that's clearly something's up. Did you
Right.
ask for a divorce decree? Because I would have said, hey, can I see where you actually are divorced?
Yeah, I'm good, retrograde. Thank you,
And
baby.
then the wife is used to him cheating because she making all these dummy accounts. Any woman should know that if you are married and y'all are on the same plan, even if you're not married, if y'all on the same plan and you have access to the password, you can go in and you can see everything. Ain't nothing a secret.
There's nothing a secret anyway. That's his wife. She
Yeah,
knows
but the
when he's
wife
not
being
there.
childish too by
Yeah,
creating
she
all these
is.
dummy accounts. I wouldn't have did all that. I would have just already had all the evidence that I need. The wife clearly ain't going nowhere. She used to her man treating. This is normal behavior for him. So
Exactly. But she knew it was normal behavior from the first time.
yeah,
I don't understand why she didn't do more research. And I feel like she didn't do more research because she liked the life that they had prior to him. I mean prior to their last encounter. When he was taking her, they were going out, everything was going quite well. And she's talking about he flew me out everywhere. You enjoyed that, so you really didn't want to know anything different. She was a willing participant. So yeah, and I do believe that she jumped too fast. That was her question. Did she jump too fast? Hell yeah, you jumped too fast. All that glitters is not gold. Yes, he did lie to her, but she still had a chance to do her own research. Now she said she blocked him on all social media accounts known to man. Why didn't you go look through them before you started? Because I'm sure his wife is there somewhere. Yeah, that was her final question, Vasha. Let me see. Because I haven't really been paying. Exactly. We do not chase ninjas. Um, Trying to see. 1 second, Lady Nika.
I'm talking and all on mute. Dwayne dropped the link already.
Oh, okay. Yes, and that's what she said. It was very similar to that account, to that, but she was a willing participant in that one. She said she's not being a willing participant, but in a way you kind of are because you didn't do your homework. Welcome, Lady Nika.
Hey boo, how you doing? I
Hey,
made it.
hey,
You made it. I just found it. I got another letter, so I'm gonna read this one right quick while y'all up here.
Okay. Hey chat.
Uh, Gotta get to it. Questions, individual. I had to go back to that album, so it was all okay. This is called Do I Tell? It starts, I have a son who is now 26. Excuse me. Excuse me. I slept with two men during the time of conception. One man is now my husband. My son looks nothing like my other children. My husband always says my son resembles his grandfather. Yeah, yeah, I've always said I would tell my son the truth after my husband passed away. He's much older than me. I don't want to rock the boat of my otherwise happy family. I don't want to break my family's heart with my sorry ass decision making. I have to I have too much to lose by telling the truth. Multiple homes, real estate, businesses, and a hardy life insurance. I feel guilty. Help. Well, honestly, boo, you're not telling me exactly what you want help with, but I'm assuming on whether to tell your son who's a grown man. Um, Most times I would tell people don't lie about anything, and you're waiting for your husband to die to tell your son what I mean, this is the only father that he's known. Why would you rock his world? This I'm and I very seldom say this, take that shit to your grave. Don't tell your son. Don't tell the other man. Don't tell nobody. Okay. You need to don't burn it to letter. Delete the file. Throw your computer away that you wrote it on. Girl, leave this shit alone because there's nothing good going to come from this. Whether your husband is dead or alive, not only will you alienate your son, you also alienate the other children that you have. So yeah, that's my point of view. Lady Nick and Bree, do y'all have anything?
I was
I
actually
agree.
got a phone call, so I don't even know what happened. Just give me a gist.
She has a son that's 26. It doesn't he doesn't resemble any of her husband, her and her husband's other children. Her husband is much older than her. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little fella in the back.
Basically, her husband older than her. She got a baby by somebody else.
Yeah, but she was sleeping with both of them at the same time. Diva, little
My
fella,
thing
that's
is,
you.
so the child don't need to know who their parent is. What about illnesses and things like
He's
that?
26. He's 26 now. Her husband,
Okay, what if he marries somebody that could be his sibling? What if
that's a
his other
chance.
daddy got
I
kids?
would take it to my grave. I'm not telling nobody shit.
So then he
Not
got so then he have kids by his sister and they come out disabled. Then what?
they she said they got plenty of property, so I'm sure that she can help take care of it.
Oh my God, hey Queen. I think that's really selfish of y'all to tell this woman not to tell her child. I think he deserves to know.
I'm sorry, the upper room. That's where I tell it. I'll tell it to Jesus. That's the only person that would know.
Only God.
I wouldn't. I couldn't do that because she has other children. It's not going to be a winning situation for anybody.
It's a losing situation already.
It really is.
And then
It
it's
really
not taking
is.
accountability for your actions. Ain't y'all always talk about accountability and how you need to be
Yeah, but
accountable? She needs to be
no.
accountable for the fact that she cheated on her husband and got pregnant by another man. It is what it is.
I'm
The
sorry. I'm
man
taking
that raised him
it.
dead.
He not dead. He's still alive. She said she waiting for him to die before she tell him.
Oh yeah, I'll wait till he die and then I'll tell
Girl.
her.
Right. Wait till after. Okay, Gummy, you want to play? Let's play. So you forgot I was over here too. See you in 30, baby. See you in 30. You gonna learn. Keep my name. Keep me out of your lips, ho. Now go sit on that 30 minutes.
Right. Hey, it's Jay, what if he do 23 and me? If he do 23 and me,
That's
then
what happened the last time. The last time. But
like
no, I, yeah, but his mom.
I just think
Um,
I would tell
oh no,
him
I would take it to
after
my
my
grave. I'm
husband
sorry,
had
y'all.
passed.
child, y'all
I would
better
have to
just
think about it. I would have to
honestly,
think
y'all,
about it,
I think
depending
that
on
she
my
need to sit
age.
down. You know what she needs to do? She needs to talk to the husband first about it.
Hell
Because
no.
the
Girl,
husband
what?
already know.
Agree.
The
She
husband
said
already know.
he don't know. He don't know.
He do know.
He don't know.
He do know.
He don't know.
I'm telling you, he know.
How you
She
know?
said he don't know.
He ain't telling her that he knows, but he knows. A man knows his child. Just a man knows his child. He know that ain't his child, but he loves that child. He's taking care of that child because he loves that child. That man know that that's not his child.
Hey, KB talking. Hey, Pizza. Hey,
Girl.
Joy. I'm sorry. Child, I know they do. But that
I'm
would be something
loud. That's just the yeah. I'm just on my computer. Let me turn my mic down.
I would honestly, I don't know. I would have to,
They won't know Nika again. Yeah, yeah.
um, Diva,
Can you hear
little
me?
fella.
Can
Ooh,
you hear me?
oh,
No, your
girl,
phone
you
is
got
bad.
Man,
her. Uh-uh. No, no, drop down, come back. No, ain't no
Hold
hold
on.
on, drop
Is
down,
she?
come back. Drop down and
I'm
come
trying to
back,
get
girl.
and
You
take the
sound
What
real.
song
headphones off. That may be causing your
is she visiting
interference.
Uppity?
Huh?
Is she visiting Uppity?
You stupid as hell. See, y'all gonna leave ups alone today.
You know I love Uppity. That's my girl.
I ain't saying ish. Let me see what daughter said. I ain't saying what you don't know won't kill you. You tell that man he gonna he gonna unalive on the spot. Straight heart attack, exactly.
Come on, but Miss Newbie, they got all these kids. The other kids all look alike, and this one don't. That man know that baby ain't his.
Not true. The children can look like anybody in the family.
All the
Um,
kids look alike except this one. Child, please.
mhm.
Different daddy.
Is
Y'all
that
think
you?
that man stupid. He know that ain't his motherfucking child.
But then
I
if
don't
he
think
already
so.
know, ain't no sense of her rocking the boat saying something.
I'm with you, soul sister. I'm not saying shit. Maybe after I would have
Ooh,
to
look at y'all. Y'all so
reevaluate.
scandalous.
Girl, call me what you want.
Andrea,
Yeah, it's me. Um,
Hey, Miss
Diva
Andrea.
One, Diva One, girl, you not on mute. Oh yes, you are. Diva One, come off of mute. Bridging drop. Diva One.
girl, this goddamn thing don't want to act right. Shit.
Oh,
She said
okay,
she
we
got
hear
to
you
see if
now.
she
We
can
hear you
figure it
now.
Better
out.
now.
So she can. Yeah. They probably let her take an exam, or she can take it while they're down in New Orleans. She said she has to be there, and that's the only time. When is the exam? Monday.
Girl, go
Oh
back on
shit!
mute.
Oh, we'll be gone Friday.
Okay, hey, Just Andrea. She
I
can take
feel like
herself off.
hi there, Nikki. How you doing? I feel like, and yeah,
Right.
I feel like the woman should tell her son. He's 26 years old. He have a right to know his real father. And I'm not discounting that the man who took care of him was not his father, but I'm just saying every child has a right to know their father. At the end of the day, for me,
He know his daddy.
no, he doesn't. Not
Yes, he
that's not
does.
that's the man who raised him. That's the man who
That's
got
his,
DNA with him.
that is his father. That's the only father that he knows. Why would she crush his world, alienate him from his siblings? No, I don't think she should. Did you take it to your grave and see it? Take it
Well, let's
until
not.
your husband died, then you reevaluate the situation. But
But
until
what
then,
if what
hell
if the
no.
man the boy is 26 years old? He is a
And
grown ass man. He has a right to
and
know his real father.
no, he don't. No, he
Yes,
don't.
he does.
No, he don't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so I'll say this. I have two biological children and I have two adopted children. My kids, adopted kids, have a right to know their parents. I got their file when they're 18. That they'll be it's available to them. They
That's a
have a
totally
right to.
different situation,
But no,
Andre.
no, no. Let me show
That's
you something.
a totally different
I have a
situation.
25-year-old son right now, and if that was not if my ex-husband was not his father, my 25-year-old son has a right to know his real father. At the end of the day, if my ex-husband was not his father, I feel like it's not fair. It's not fair to that child. She slept with the two men, not the child.
And why would you then have your child be alienated from his brothers and sisters? He thinks that he has the same mother and father. That will cause
He's
problems
not
with
gonna
that
be. He's
child.
not gonna be alienated from his sister. The only
How
thing
do
is,
you know? You don't know that.
I
You're
have I have
assuming.
an older sibling, and my dad is not my older sibling's father. My sister was never
But
alienated
but
from
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
uh,
Did y'all know from the very beginning?
yes, my sister is 10
That's
years
the
older than me.
difference.
That's the
That's
difference
the
right there.
difference.
But he still, but that child still has a right to
Mhm.
know his father. It don't matter. It don't matter. Yes, I'm not discounting that the man took care of the boy, but at the end of the day, his DNA belonged to the real man who helped birth him.
That ain't the real man. That's the sperm donor.
Well, he don't know. He don't know he a father.
There is going to be exactly who is that? Jessica's tale. The fallout is going to be horrible. I agree totally. I totally agree.
So
I
let
want
me
to ask you,
so
Andre,
so
did you write this letter?
yeah, I heard the letter. But when that boy, he's 26 years old, when he finds out that the man who raised him is not his father, he's gonna be more mad. What if his father passed away before his
What?
mama tell him? And he didn't get a chance to know his father. Is that fair to him? No, it's not. He might have
He
other
said,
siblings.
you can't miss what you never had.
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay.
He knows nothing about that man. He knows nothing about that man. That man knows nothing about him. There's no way possible he's gonna miss something he's never had. The father he's
He didn't get an
known is the one
opportunity.
that
His
took
mother
care
is
of him
taking his choice
from
away.
birth.
His mother is
His
making his
mother made
choice
a
away.
piss poor choice from the very beginning. But what I'm not going to do is sit up there and try to act like he's missing something that he don't never even knew he had.
Well, how he gonna know if
He was,
how he gonna know if his mother taking the choice away from him? His mother is taking the choice. He's not a baby. He's not 10 years old. He's a 26-year-old man now.
I don't care.
That's
I
right.
told her, and it's up to her to whether she listened to me or not. Take it to your grave. Maybe if you want to reevaluate after your husband passes, then you do so. If you pass before him, only you and God will know.
Period.
Oh wow. That's not fair to the child. At the end
Life
of the
ain't fair, Andrea. Life ain't fair.
I know life ain't fair. I know life ain't fair, but damn it, she can make it right and let him know his father. It doesn't matter. So he has two fathers. And so what? But he knows he might have other siblings. He might have some grandparents that he ain't never met before. And the mother is taking her right. She made a bad choice, not him.
You
And he has
talking
a right.
about all the ifs though,
Every child has a right
Andrea.
to know their father.
You talking about all the ifs. What if his father, his biological father, wants to know him? What if he got siblings? The way I see it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He done went 26 years just fine. What you're talking about doing is going to rip
Chit
that
chat.
family apart.
Exactly.
Well,
Chit chat.
he's already look.
Wait a
The
minute,
man
one
is
second,
already
Andrea. 1 second, Andrea.
okay.
Chit chat.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, boo. I hear you. Okay.
The man is
Go ahead,
already
Andrea.
the man is already suspicious that the child might not be his. And so if he don't look like his sibling, the mother just said it, she already is already in a bad situation. But what they can do is try to he can know his father and he can be proud of the man who did raise him. What's not fair to that child? He's 26 years old. What if he do find one of his siblings that we don't even know and live in the same town, same city, and then he might be messing with, and his mama didn't even tell him?
You're not gonna change my mind.
I'm not trying to cheat a man, but I feel like he has a right. That child,
It's going to break that whole family apart. I don't think
yeah.
that her bad decision. I don't feel like she's being rewarded by
Every
not.
child has a right to know their father. At the end of the day, we
Girl, calm
this is
down. It's not our lives. Did you write the letter?
yeah, no,
Good
I didn't. But the
Lord.
thing is, we always
Hey,
I
Miss
have heard.
Toby, for one second,
Hold on a
please.
minute.
One
I got
second,
plenty of
Andrea.
friends. Hold on a minute.
Girl,
I
one
got I
second,
got plenty of friends
Andrea.
who don't know their fathers, who don't know their fathers. And look at this, and this is the same story they tell me all the time. I wish I would have. So is
Miss
that fair?
Toby, Miss Toby.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. And I had to mute Andrea. Andrea, come off of mute. Girl, you
Because
don't even hear me. I had to tell you.
can I
Hold
just
on.
say this, man? Look, I don't care. I could tell my family business because my grandmother is dead and my uncle is dead too. So my uncle, the one that just died, y'all.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't my grandfather's biological child, and we never told him. My mother told me years ago. We never told him because he couldn't stand the man who was his biological father. We didn't tell him because he didn't need
Oh,
to know. His father that raised him was his father. So we never told him.
Which is a smart decision. My whole thing is you're talking
well, I
about
got
what
another
if.
opinion right here.
What if
Nene
this
goat.
man finds out? Okay, what if this 26-year-old, the mom comes clean and tell everything, and then he goes to look for this man. This man don't want to have shit to do with him.
And maybe the man is an ancient nigga.
You can't assume that that man will automatically want to be a father to a 26-year-old that he had nothing to do
And
with.
then that's even more trauma. Why mess with this man's life there's no need to be? Nene said she knows from personal experience, it might not be a bad idea. I understand that, but I don't feel that you should because you fucked up in his early on in his conception. Why would you then 26? If you was going to tell it, you should have told it at 5, 6, 10. But after 26 years of this man raising, nurturing, and being a father to this child, no, I would not tell him.
Oh,
What's
can I
wrong
jump
with
in right
that?
there?
Huh?
That I just want to add this to what you said. If you listen to the end of what she said, the reason why I feel like she mentioned all the material items is because if they've been together for at least 26 years, all the things that they've accumulated over the course of their marriage, we don't know this man's temperament. So yes, Bree could be right. Well, he's like, well, look, at this point, that's my son. We're not saying nothing. But for her to say that to me and say when he passes, we don't know if that man will change that will and that boy end up with nothing. The next thing you know, they had to read another will and he's wondering why he not receiving nothing.
Exactly.
So I think it was, to me, what stuck out the most is the fact that she named that stuff. And so for her to say that, or, I felt like she didn't want to alienate her son. Because she did admit she made a stupid mistake at the beginning of the letter.
Rebel
Thank
say
you,
he's
Lisa.
backstage, y'all. Do
Oh,
you need
okay.
one? I'll drop
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
I'll
you,
drop
Lisa.
down.
Okay, I'll drop two so you can add more people.
I'll drop
Okay.
down too.
Thank you.
I'll drop down too.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Andrea, you putting 1,000 on 10.
Hey,
Like you can't
Hey,
add
Rebel.
stuff to
Thank
the
you for
letter.
coming
We
out.
just gotta
What
go
if
with
she?
what
What
we
if she?
got,
What
you know?
hey,
Hey, how you doing, Rebel?
I'm fine. This is a really good conversation. Hey, to the panelists, I'm in a similar situation like that, so I wanted to
Mhm.
just get my viewpoint on it.
Please do. Hey,
Okay,
ODS.
so the man that I grew up with my whole life, feeling that he was my father, come to find out there was someone else in the neighborhood that came around my family that could have possibly been my father as well, but he passed away in 2010. Now, the craziest thing is black people can be so selfish. Mothers can be so selfish. If you did it, bite the bullet because this man is dead and gone now. And I've met his family and I look like a lot of his family. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, my mother had a type because both of them looked very similar to each other. So
Hey,
the,
Tennessee.
the thing
Oh,
is, when I reached out to his sister on Facebook, the lady told me she wanted to meet me. When I met this lady, she stared at me and just didn't say anything. And then she just said, "You're one of us." Now,
one,
black
one
families
second.
do not accept
One second,
people.
Rebel. One second,
Okay.
please. Mo better?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let Rebel finish. Thank you for coming out. Go
Hmm.
ahead, Rebel.
So meeting this lady, and she sent me all family pictures and when he was a little boy and everything. Me and this man have the same stature, same legs, everything. I'm just waiting to do a blood test now with a possible brother. But I haven't even told my father, who I grew up with, I haven't told my siblings on that side because I don't want them to know until after I've taken the blood test because I don't want them to be stressed out because it'll alter their lives and mine to a certain extent because if I find out we're not blood related, that could sever some ties. But I think
Mm-hmm.
my mother should have told me this a long
But
time ago.
well,
And
how
black
did you?
families do this, and it's not fair to the kid to do that.
So, can I ask you this, if you don't
Sure.
mind? How did you find out?
I was sitting up one day looking at pictures of when I was little, and saw a picture of this guy with my uncle. And I remembered him coming around my family because my family grew up in the same neighborhood since I was a baby. And I looked and I called and asked my aunt. Y'all, I asked
Properly.
my,
One
huh?
second, please. Properly.
Yes. Hello. How are y'all?
Hold on.
Okay.
Ty,
Proud of you.
quiet.
You
Stop it.
hold on one second. There's a couple of
Okay.
people in front of you, boo.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
Somebody getting ready to get set out with the coyotes. Quiet. Now, the thing is, I asked my aunt just flat out. I said, "Do you think that my mama slept with so and so? Because I look like him. Do you think he could have been my father?" And my aunt was quiet. And she then said, "Yes, they had something." Kai, hold on. You know we don't do that around here. Quiet. Okay.
Go ahead.
So then she told me, yes, they had something. I would, from when she told me that, it seemed like the floodgates were opened. And My mother took that with her to her grave. And I was a little pissed off when I found out that she took. I was angry with my mother after her death because I felt it was so unfair. You can get, listen, you're going to be embarrassed because they're going to probably think whatever they want to think about you, but it's not your choice. It's not, you did it. So, you know what? You need to put your big girl panties on and say what you did. And because it's a toxic thing to keep that, it becomes cancerous and people become older. And I dealt with a health issue, and it could have been traced back to my father on my because it was genetic. So it could have been traced back on my father's potential father's side, but I didn't know it until this past year. So I just think that you should tell kids it's not about. I would wait till he passed away, yes, but you don't want to wait too long because he may lose other people that he may have a potential of growing relationships with them. He may lose out on that because you want to keep save face, and it's not fair.
I understand where you're coming from, and once hearing your story about it, I can see your side. But like I said in the beginning, I would wait until the husband died, and she said her husband was much older than her, so that means I'm only thinking that the guy she thinks is the father is about the same age as she is. So maybe they'll be able. I would have to rethink the situation once my husband has passed.
Yeah, I can see, why the potential of just disrupting everything that you've known for so many years. But it's sometimes you just have to bite the bullet.
I don't know, but you said put your big girl panties on. I would have on panties 4 sizes too small. I would take that to my grave. I ain't gonna lie. Mo better.
Okay, thanks for having me on. This is
Thank
my
you for
well,
coming.
it's not my story, but it's a friend of mine. So, and I agree with everything Rebel said because, and I don't think you should wait because of the medical issue. Number one, but number two, I had a friend who hooked up with this guy. She really, really loved him and everything. They slept together, all that. So then they got together. She went over one of his family members' house and just like Rebel, saw pictures of people in her family. She started investigating. Come to find out, they had the same father. Same father, devastating because you didn't fell in love and she was young, like in her early 20s. You freaking fell in love, slept with your brother. It was big fallout, big fallout. And to this day, she still don't talk to her mom. But that's why I think she should have told her because if she would have told her from jump, none of that could have happened. So that's why I say, beat it, little boy. So that's what I'm saying. You can't keep secrets like that. You need to tell it because it was devastating. She was hurt,
I
and
mean,
then
I
to
got
find out you
goddaughters
slept with
that.
your brother, it was well. The other thing,
Yeah.
what I thought is because we're all connected. That's how I look at it. And if you connected to somebody through DNA, sometimes you find your way to that person. That's why I think it's better to tell the truth. But thanks for having me. That's all I wanted to say. I enjoyed your show. I'm glad I was on time.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
properly.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Congratulations, y'all on your channel.
Thank you so much. Can you turn your mic down a little bit?
Oh, okay, hold on. And I'm gonna come out this echo place too. Okay. Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, congratulations on your channel. I found Cruiser had it on her community wall saying it's time. So I said, oh, what they got going on over here? So I'm glad I found you. Hey to
Thank
everybody
you.
else on the panel, Nika
Thank you, Susan, for the share.
and Rebel. How y'all doing?
All right.
So
So,
listen,
mm-hmm.
I was like, well, Rebel, tell me how I thought too. Okay, so I'm a child like that too. So my mom was married several times, so she was like, if you want to marry me, you gotta take my children. You know what I'm saying? So I've been adopted a couple of times. So and the full benefits of your name and what you got going on, it needs to all be for everybody. So that's how it was, right?
So I thought that me and my sister had the same dad, even though we don't look nothing alike, and we questioned the people, the kids in the street. Y'all ain't no sisters, da da da, all that. Me and my sister grew up, couldn't barely stand each other and everything. And my mom, excuse me, when I graduated from college, my uncle, who had beef with my auntie, told her business and gave me the name and everything. The day that I went to Dallas to look for a job, went to a couple interviews. I decided I had looked up on, y'all remember the white pages online, and you go
Yeah.
whitepages.com? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
girl. So I looked up every initial and the last name that my uncle gave me, and I just went and knocked doors after them interviews, and just knocked doors in a three-piece suit and heels. And on the last, I went to four doors, and on the fourth door, the lady said, "That's my cousin. Is your mama's name Boop Boop Boop?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Let me get you a hold of him." I was 25, 24 years old. So, my mom was never going to tell me that. I talked to him all the way back from Dallas back up here to Oklahoma. Got in the house and said, "Mom, I need to talk to you right now." My mama didn't give a damn about none of that. Do you hear me? She didn't give a damn that I was mad. She didn't give a damn we was talking. She didn't give a damn. She said, when I decided what was going on, that's what was going on. Now, if you want to have a relationship with him, that's fine. I'm glad that since that was important to you, that and you found out that you got that. But my mama did not give a damn. Now, later on, years later, I think after she kind of wasn't feeling caught or whatever, I think she became more malleable to it. Him and her became friends. They've been at the hospital with me while I'm having surgery. But that whole I'm going to my grave because I just want to say this. It's so damaging because it doesn't hold the person, the mother, with any accountability, and it limits us children. Because with finding him, man, I never liked being the older sister. I am not the older sister on his side. I'm the youngest. I love it. I love how they call and they check on me. They call to check on me about my mama when she passed. You know what I'm saying? And we look after each other. My daughter and my sister right next to me, she had a daughter, but her daughter died at 2. They look like they're almost twin sisters, even though the little girl's gone. And it's just a whole other world. It's a whole other. I'm a big ancestry.com. So much history on that side down in Texas, and then the whole matchup and meetup came with land, girl. It came with
Oh,
land. So
okay.
sometimes you got to put your pride down. You did it. I'm with what Rebel said. Hello.
Okay. I don't know what just
Yeah.
happened. It just went quiet.
What was the last thing you heard?
That you got some land, and can I put
Yeah.
my door? Can I put my tiny house on it?
Look, okay,
No,
me
girl.
too.
And it's just like what I mean, especially when the kids are of age, and even with me and my sister, my mom was like, for years I wanted to tell y'all because y'all were on it. Y'all was like, we don't look nothing alike. You ain't telling the truth, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, y'all couldn't stand each other so bad. I didn't want no risk. So I hear what y'all saying on that. But at some point, especially when kids are of age, the truth is just the truth, and it need to be told. It sets you free. And when me and my daddy, who's my daddy, is my stepdaddy. My mama married him. He's my stepdaddy, the one who raised me. He's my stepdaddy, but I don't call him stepdaddy. When me and him beefed for years, for 11 years, when him and my mama divorced, I had my biological father. So it's just, what I'm saying? Just
What can I ask you something properly?
yes,
Uh, did you feel? For me, I felt almost cheated.
yeah, yeah, I did. And can I share with you what my biological father said? Now, at first, when it was all new, it was like, oh, we talking and we keep and blah, blah, blah. And I was so like, how you gonna leave your child? Because I don't even want to get into it, but how you gonna leave your child? Da, da, da.
Did
I said, you
somebody
need
say
to,
stage you about in my chat? Block them
huh?
forever.
Huh?
I
Oh, I ain't
want.
even
I
looking
want.
at the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so I made him write me a love letter and all this crazy mess like that, and then still didn't really fool with him for a couple years, right? And I remember he called me, and this is my biological father, and he said, "Are you not impressed? Am I not good enough?" See, it's a whole bunch of feelings in all of this. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Am I not good enough? Because you don't." Because he's a carpenter. He's just like, because I ain't got but a little bit of this and that, and And I was like,
So can
oh,
I
I
ask
hate
you?
that. Uh
I
huh.
have a question for you. Now you said you had a stepdaddy.
Uh huh.
When before your mother married your stepfather, who did you think was your father?
My sister's dad,
Oh, okay. Okay.
who was also my stepdad. I told you when she get married, you gotta take her kids. Okay, so I thought it was my sister's dad because that's the only person I ever when I first when you first got good sense to remember, it's her dad that I remember. Hello,
Okay.
yeah,
I mean,
because
right.
my sister's under me. My sister's is 4 years under me. So
Oh, okay.
when I'm five and remembering, my first recollection is five that he was there already.
Okay.
It's me, Fates. Let me
Okay.
know when I can have my turn.
As soon as properly finished.
I'm
So
done.
I
I just want to let you know that think about everybody in this though before you get render your final answer, y'all. And then the last thing, Nika and y'all holler, y'all take it to the grave. Y'all over 50. When
I'm
I was
taking it.
growing up, well, I don't know about you, Faith. So I kind of think since you hang with her, so I thought y'all about the same
Oh,
age. My
I'm older
bad.
than Nika. Nika the youngin. Nika the
Oh,
youngin.
Nika the Young. Okay,
Fates
so
almost
y'all who
60.
was
Fates
raised in the
almost
'90s,
60.
y'all who was raised in the '90s, do y'all remember talking about like we didn't really talk about that ain't my daddy and my sister
Ooh,
got
I'm a
this
child of
daddy.
the 2000s.
Oh, my dad. Okay, well, yeah, right. My dad. We ain't got the same dad. We didn't talk like that. I mean,
Mm,
and my aunties and them didn't talk like that. So it wasn't until that late '90s that it was baby daddy the word and this is my baby. This baby got this daddy. This baby got this daddy and all that mess. In the '80s and stuff when we was like kids, we didn't do all that type of talking, pointing out and stuff like that. At least not where I'm from. But it seems so. I feel like the older ladies, I get where y'all coming from because that ain't what it is. It's whatever your family unit is. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not telling everything and stuff like that. It wasn't until these younger kids came and kind of when I was a teenager that baby daddy came out and it was like, oh, I can say who my dad got a whole bunch of baby daddies. It just is what it is, you know. So
yeah, I
it's
understand. And I was raised, all six of us. You could take, you cut my hair off, you got my brothers. You throw a wig on them, you got me. So all of us just alike. All,
yeah.
I mean, so I couldn't relate to it, but I'm gonna tell you what that's just how I feel. I would take it to my grave with no me and St. Peter be talking about as I'm trying to work my way into them pearly gates. I'm trying to dip a toe in.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for having me. I just wanted to introduce it. It's just so many facets to look at it, so many different
Well,
ways that
wait,
people feel.
properly. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Okay.
Let me know when it's my turn, Fates.
Go ahead. I'm through.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I came back up here because I am on the other side of the coin of what Properly and Rebel are saying. Because contrary to popular belief, I've dated plenty of women off of YouTube. And one of my girlfriends that I had when I lived in New Orleans, which I lived in New Orleans in 2000, I first moved there in 2009. She was from Baton Rouge, but her family hailed from I think New Iberia, like Lafayette around that area. Long story short, there was an issue with us in my relationship because as she got older, she felt like there was a difference between her and her siblings. Couldn't figure out why. I was with this girl for almost 3 years. 3 years. She couldn't figure out what the difference was. Like she felt like it was something different. She didn't look like them. She was the dark skinned one. All of her siblings was light skinned. All of that. So I mean, I guess I'm delving into colorism as well. Because when you do decide to do these things and you keep it under the rug in black families, then you have kids that's growing up trying to be adults, trying to be in relationships, but they don't even understand themselves because they don't know that they are not a part of this family biologically. And that's what happened. I was the partner of somebody who went through something like that. Where they had an uncle, a play uncle that was a part of the family, and eventually it came out while I was in that relationship that the play uncle was her daddy. That's why he was always coming around.
Oh,
She
okay.
lived almost 26 years. Well, she's still alive, y'all. She ain't dead. But when I was with her, we were in our mid 20s. And almost 26 years, she thought that was her uncle. The first time I met the man, I thought it was her uncle. Long story short, that was her daddy. And nobody told her. Nobody told her until one of the cousins died. One of the cousins died, and that's how that secret came out. And then it made sense to her. while she was dark skinned, while all of her siblings were light skinned, why she felt like there was favoritism, why it seemed like that play uncle came around and always took her, but then bring her siblings with him and her. All of this stuff came out on the surface, and I'm telling you, when you decide to take that type of stuff to your grave, it affects them in adulthood, and it affects their partners. Because I will never forget that relationship. I will never forget that relationship because
But
I was
her
like, oh my
relationship
goodness.
pretty much sounds like Tyler Perry's. That's the same thing that happened to him growing up. It's just a different generation. It's a different time. They kept secrets. A lot of stuff. Uh, it was a lot. I guess I'm under the same thing. I don't believe in keeping secrets for the most part. But if I feel that it is going to tear my family apart, oh, I'm holding it.
But would you prefer for the family to have to cope or for you to put that whole burden on one person though? You would
First of
rather
all,
one person to
somebody
hold the burden so that the family don't
wouldn't
feel it?
nobody know have
Please.
it wouldn't be in my case. It wouldn't be no burden because see, I'm not one. My sister wouldn't know. My mama wouldn't know. Would nobody know? So would nobody know but me?
I disagree, Face. And so I
I'm
came up
telling you
here
what
because
I
I
would
heard,
do. I'm only telling you what I would do. I don't share my business that way. And
well, and I
why?
feel you.
Okay, but let me get to Fran J right quick. Fran J, I took in my niece's baby when he was born. He was 3 days old, 4.5 pounds when I brought him home from that. Let me bring him home from the hospital because the mother had him in a mental institution. So I brought him home, and I always made sure he knew who his mama and who his daddy was. Even though his father wasn't shit, and my niece was incapable of, and still it is incapable of taking care of him. He knows who his mother and father is, but I was always Auntie Mom. So he knew I was his aunt, but I was the one taking care of him. So you know, that happens a lot in families, and especially with my generation.
Well, all I'm saying is, and I'm just piggybacking on what Properly and Rebel were up here saying, is that yeah, you could think that as kids they don't need to know because they need to stay in the child's place. But even once they become adults and they try to build
We
families of
didn't
their
tell
own,
we didn't tell him they need to stay in a child's place. No
no,
one
that's
said it.
not what I said. I said, listen, face. What I
Come on.
said was, I could understand if you don't tell kids about that because they should stay in a child's place. That's what I said. I didn't say
Okay.
you said it. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
I said. Listen.
Okay.
Can I ask?
Girl, shut
But
up and come on.
Can I
but
ask a
what I'm
question?
saying is it will follow them into adulthood. And it could potentially mess up stuff that they trying to create their own selves because there is still half of them that's missing. Half of them that's confused. Because the adults in the situation are not
Maybe
giving
she
them
was
the clarity.
well, maybe she was confused anyway. I mean, honestly, if you don't feel you if you're filled up, I'm gonna say filled with love, nurturing, and a sense of worth. I feel that if you're filled up, you'll know who you are when you get grown.
You will know who you are, but you cannot take away, or at least I'm talking specifically with the girl that I was with. She saw that her siblings looked different than her as they grew up. She saw it. She was dark skinned. They were not. She saw it.
I mean, my family is basically dark skinned, and towards the generation under me, that's when they start getting a little lighter. But my brother's children, they are light skinned, but they look like us. But his grandchildren, they my great nephews and nieces, they still have features of us, but all of them look different, and they all have the same mom and daddy. We can come in an array of colors, so don't put color on it because
I'm
we can
not
make.
putting color on it. I'm
But you
speaking
said
about
you,
the
but
topic.
you said that they were
That
light.
this is what she told me. It's not my family that I'm talking about.
I
When
understand that, but
she
what
grew
I'm
up,
saying is, Jay
all of
Dunn,
her
she
siblings
wasn't
looked the
fulfilled
same
prior
except for
to
her.
you coming to her. Something was going on with her long before that. Maybe she was treated differently. I don't know. But if she wasn't filled up, someone there was a hole there from the beginning. She was treated differently. That's why she didn't feel like that she belonged.
Okay. So let me ask you something, Faye. You know how you said this is my business and I'm not telling nobody my business. At any point, is that not the child's business? Does it come become the child in question's business?
Nope.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Excuse me. You mean it doesn't become the child business is it in his whole entire life or as long as you're living? Is that what you're saying, Fates?
Yep, I'm taking it to my grave. I'm
You're
talking
gonna
about
take it
me.
to your
I'm not
grave.
talking.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
talking
No,
about
I just want
me.
I just but you're saying that since the husband is passing away soon that she should tell him after the husband passed away? Is that what you're saying?
I would definitely consider it then.
Okay. Okay, so what I want to say is this hits real personal because I know a situation like this in my family. I have two cousins, and my aunt came to me one day and told me I was saying, "Dang, he looks just like he boy." I hadn't seen them in a while, and I was like, "Dang, this one looks just like his daddy." And my aunt told me, and the other one does too, and they look nothing alike. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" And then years later, the one who is not a family member came to live with me. I mean, we grew up like brothers and sisters. I mean, and we grew apart when we moved to California, but we grew the one who came to live with me and stuff. I remember one day I was kind of like UNC girls bad weave because I used to smoke weed all the time and I was effed up and we were sitting at home chilling and stuff and I was looking at him and my thought in my head was, dang, that's messed up that he don't know this. And I was like, should I tell him? I should tell him. And then I thank God, was not so messed up that I told him because that wasn't my place. And the sad part about it is my uncle, they have recently lost the one who looked like his dad, who is in my family. And he doesn't know that he lost his only child, but it's really not like that. And I can see the other side of it too, because the child who is still around, he don't know that other dude. That other dude wasn't a father to him. My uncle is the only father he know. My uncle has looked out for him all his life, taking care of him all his life. And maybe my uncle do know. I don't know. It ain't my business to know if my uncle know. And just because I don't know he know, don't mean he don't know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I am really thankful that I did not insert myself in something that I shouldn't have inserted myself in. And obviously, my aunt knew. My aunt passed away, but she told me, "Don't tell nobody. Don't say nothing." I don't know what made her tell me that. And then years later, we would wind up living together. But yeah, so I understand. I can see both sides of it, but it's not. I think that if the parent doesn't want to tell them, and if the kid has been well taken care of, there may be a reason that the parent don't want to tell them. I don't know, but I just understand.
Yeah,
Well,
I,
and
I
I
see
want to
both sides.
and I
I do
just
see
want to
both
piggyback off what Ronnie Q said because even with my ex and the situation I'm talking about, the people up in the church, in the community, because people in Louisiana, New Iberia, that's a small town. It was always whispers that that was her daddy, but she believed what her mama and her daddy told her. And then the grandma got sick. Her grandma got sick and told her that who her daddy was. So I'm just saying, just because Fates, I get what you're saying. I'm not taking away from how you feel. But you could say that you're gonna take it to your grave, but if you don't spoke it to one single person, it might get back to that child, and now you just lying to that child for years and years and years. Why?
Now, if it was a going that see you adding more to it because if everybody else was whispering and she had heard it, and then my child came and asked me, I would then tell them. That's different. But this child, there's no question it. He's not questioning it. His who his birth parents are. There's no hiccups in the mainstream of their lives. I would no, I wouldn't disturb it.
Yeah, I came to my mama and she still was like you. Baby, what are you talking
Your,
about?
baby,
Right.
your mama is
Cause
a whole different
I
piece of
believe that
work.
face would have still lied about it. She would have still lied.
First of all, wait a minute, Jadon. We gonna clear this up right now. If my son came and asked me, I would tell him the truth. I ain't got to lie to him if he knows something. If he comes and asks me, I would have told him the truth. But the whole point of it, if they're in this particular situation, there is no reason for her to tell at this present time. As I said, she can revisit it after her husband passes. No, all mothers don't tell, but she can't tell me what I wouldn't do.
Yeah, I don't think
Well, thank
And
y'all
all
I
for
did. I looked up
mothers
in the
tell,
chat, and Gummy Bama said I made this up just to fit in. Face, if you would
but
like a picture of me and my ex, I could send you several pictures, child.
I don't need no picture, girl. Gummy ain't doing nothing but
Right,
trolling
because
you.
I don't
Now
need to
let
make
Gummy
up
get you
nothing
some.
to fit in about not a damn thing.
Uh-uh.
But
Okay,
Jay
so y'all,
Don,
I thank y'all for having me. I'm gonna be out.
no
All right, thank
problem.
you for
All
me. I
right, good to see
appreciate
you,
you
Ronnie
coming.
Q.
You
Okay,
too.
see you.
Uh,
Thank you. Y'all. Bye bye.
but Jay Don, let me run this across your mind. So this was your girlfriend. So that right there, and is she having a problem with it, Jay Don? Does she suspect that she's not of the right parentage? Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, first off, this was my girlfriend when I
Okay,
lived
hold
in
on.
New Orleans. Well, I'm
Just
trying to.
answer the
I'm.
question, Jay Dunn. Not too long, not too much, Jay Dunn. Is she
Uh,
suspecting
you
that
gotta let
she's
me
not
answer the
part of the?
question. Don't
I
ask
don't
me
need to
nothing
know
if
where
you
she's
gonna rush me.
from. Okay, so okay, that's my point. So she was dealing with you, so we know that there automatically there's a degree of dysfunction with this girl anyway. So and that's straight of
So,
not
so
knowing
now
who
you
her
gonna
parent
take a
is.
serious conversation and
Yes,
make
I
it
am
messy.
because
Right.
yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. So then you not really getting to the root of the
That's what I'm
problem.
here for. That
Cause
ain't
you
serious
don't know
about
how to be serious about a
serious.
motherfuck thing.
I was just serious about my condition. I'm not gonna be serious about yours because you're no longer
It's
with
not
this person.
mine. It's not
You're no
mine.
longer you're
Don't
no
call
longer
her,
with this
Jadon. Just
person.
talk.
Yeah, you're
No,
no longer with
but
the
what I'm
person.
saying is the girl can't even get up here and have a serious conversation
I I just
because
had a
it's
serious
not mine.
conversation.
I know who my daddy is. I know who mine is. I was speaking as far as what Properly and Rebel were saying, as far as them not knowing who their daddies were. But
Properly did
again,
not
I
say she
can't
didn't
even.
know who her daddy was.
Again, she said that she was told certain things until she got older. You should red ball it. Don't get up here clicking links until you red ball to listen to what everybody was saying.
Well, it goes on mute when you're in a transition. You have to turn off your YouTube. So maybe I missed it in transition. Sorry, Jada.
Well, you might have missed it, but either way, don't come up
Jadon,
here
you
trying to bother
staticky.
me.
You staticky, Jadon.
Jadon, if you
I
keep on
said, don't come up here
yelling,
trying to bother me because
Jadon,
I was on
if you
topic.
keep yelling at me, I'm gonna call the cops on you, Jadon. Okay?
Well, call them.
Yeah,
Call them.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
yeah. I got a letter
Yeah.
for
Right,
you.
now you going to
Every
deflect
time
because
I
you got
go
up here
on a
being
panel,
silly.
I no, I
You
didn't. I
got
got
up
up
here
here.
being silly
I got up
when
here
we were
being
Yeah.
having a
serious,
serious adult conversation.
and I
You
had
got
that
up here being silly.
conversation with you. Yes, I did. I got up here being silly with you personally. So let's not derail the
Right.
show.
So shut the
Thank
fuck
you,
up.
y'all,
Don't
y'all.
talk to me.
No, I'm not gonna shut the fuck up. You're not the person to tell me to shut the fuck up. I don't know where you thought you were the person to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Well, you the one talking to me. Anybody that's talking to me, I could tell them to shut the fuck up. The fuck you mean?
All right, y'all,
Okay, y'all.
y'all,
It
y'all.
ain't got to
It
be
was
this
nice.
deep. It's
I'm gonna
not that
step
deep.
down.
No,
Yeah, it's
no.
not
The
that
fact
deep.
is, she
All right,
Wait a
interrupted
minute, Jay
I'm
me.
gonna
Dunn.
step
She's
down. I
stepping
don't want to
down. Jay
derail you. Bye
Dunn.
bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, we ain't gonna do no more of this. I enjoyed everybody. I'm getting ready to shut
It
it
ain't
down
no
because
more nothing because I was having a decent conversation. She came up here trying to be shady
I
and out the
understand
way.
that, but I'm getting ready to close out Jay Dunn because I have a membership live that I'm missing that I pay for, and I really would like to go to it. I appreciate everybody for coming up. I appreciate y'all sending in the letters and send me some more. And it was a great live. I appreciate all of you, my mods. I love you to death, and y'all was on it today. Thank y'all so much. And let me see. Let me see. Y'all next week. You so silly, boy. And I will. Ooh, wrong.
Huh?
I'm trying. I look wrong music. The wrong music popped up. So, good night, y'all.
Thank y'all for coming.